she just texted me to do that, and I don't know, I'm gonna do it for like the next week now, and I'm gonna see how it works. So basically all I just did was download a meditation app and just breathe. So if you guys ever have anxiety, like, I've only done it once but it kind of helped out. I'm gonna do it for the rest of the week and then just see how it is, and then maybe like say more in the video. I don't know. Alright. I feel it's going to be a bit difficult to make this video now because it's 2 days later, and today I feel just so much more happier and a completely different person to where I was 2 days ago. But I still feel like the things that I have to talk about are going to be very beneficial to everyone, and things that I go through, I want to use my platform to help others. And it's not just me that goes through these kind of up and down stages in their life, everybody does. And the number one thing that I've kind of learned is while being online, their online life is nothing compared to what their actual life is, and the people that post good things on Instagram, that's generally not the case. Like, that's generally not their life. Everybody who you see on Instagram or online and they seem like they got their lives figured out, in the most part they haven't, and it is just a kind of filter, really. I hope that made sense, but basically what I'm trying to say is that just because you think someone's life is figured out and they're living their best life, like it could be the case, but most likely, like, everybody's got their shit that's going on. Another thing that I've learned is, like, no matter what point of your life, you're always gonna have down. Whether it be people dying, like, just anything really, like depression, seasonal depression, like, I get that. So no matter how many times you get down, I don't know what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that you're always going to be down in your life and you're always going to have amazing times, and when you're down, it's really just a test to make you stronger. Something that I've learned is that each time I'm down, I tend to get better and better and better at dealing with it, and it lasts for like a really short period. I remember the first ever time that I got seasonal depression, it must have lasted all the way up until spring. Fast forward like 4 or 5 years and it lasts merely, I don't know, it's lasted now like a month. But I feel like I've been able to get on with my day regardless of that. You know, it hits me only at certain points during the day, and it's just really not as bad as when it was then. Because I've been through it every single year now, I'm kind of getting better at adapting to it and like working around it. But it's always going to be there. So like no matter like how many times you get down for the year, you're always going to have an up point. So if you try and do like positive things like that your normal happy self would have been doing during the day, like each time you do that when you're upset and down and like feel like you can't do anything, like each time you do that positive thing through the day, it's like another step of like getting better, I guess. I haven't really been doing that, and over the last couple days, in between recording the first bit and now today, you know, I've kind of got my schedule back, and it's just like that. Like, literally, it is all about doing the things that you were doing when you were happy. So instead of waking up on time, I'd be sleeping in until 10, 11 o'clock. Instead of waking up at 7:38, which is what my normal schedule is. Also, I'd be not caring about my physical appearance. As you saw in the intro clip, I had like a big ass beard, I had horrible hair. I don't know if you noticed that, but my physical appearance has dramatically changed. People say to yourself, if you want to be happy in life, don't care what people think. Alternatively, if you make effort with your appearance, you'll feel better for yourself. It's what I found. Like, I mean, I still am going through a lot, but like when I was still going through a lot, like the previous week, I wasn't taking care of myself as well as I should be, and that just makes you feel even shitter and shitter. So now I feel like a bit better about myself. Like, I've shaved, I've had a haircut, plucked my eyebrows. Even though I'm not like feeling amazing like I normally do, I'm feeling a lot better, a lot more confident in myself, and that is just what 2 simple things can do, like shaving and a haircut, could do to you. And I feel like when you are down, like, you don't do that. So self-care is like definitely one of my biggest pointers if you are to start being a happier person. Like, I'm just speaking from myself and like what I've learned along the way, and I've just noticed as soon as I get like upset, I stop caring about myself, and I just do bad things, like I binge eat. And just the main thing is though, I tend not to shave, and I tend not to pluck my eyebrows, and I tend not to have haircuts for like 2 months or whatever. It's just a thing that I've noticed I do. Another thing is like tailored clothes. Again, it's physical appearance, and it's like buying superficial items to make yourself feel better, not necessarily to make other people think better of you. It's more so doing these things to feel better about yourself, more confident, because like clothes, physical appearance, the way you walk down the street will change. It's just like everything will change if you feel better about yourself. My number one tip is like wearing tailored clothes, like not too tight, like a little bit baggy, but like tailored clothes, so you nice like fit on you. Again, with jeans, like a nice tailored fit, not too baggy, but then again not too tight as well. Same goes for a haircut. The difference between having like a short side just makes like, it just brings everything out a little bit more. It doesn't really matter what face you have, just as long as it's like a nice tailored like cut. If everything's tailored in your life, like you'll be happier. I mean, I don't even know if that makes sense, but it's just something I've noticed, and yeah, I thought I'd share that. I mean, I know that's like quite a big rant and just stuff, but yeah, the last month or so, I've just not been like myself. I've really noticed these changes happen to me about what I've just mentioned about not taking care of yourself and just other things. I've really noticed that, and I thought I'd just share that. It's not just the last month I've noticed it previous years as well. It's just like how I've been able to deal with it. This time around has been a lot quicker, and I've just, as soon as I really noticed it, and it was hard, like it's hard to get out of bed in the morning and be productive, but if you try to do at least one thing like your old self every day, you'll eventually do 2 the next day, and then 3, and then eventually you'll be back on your own schedule. And then you just be living life, which is pretty sick. But yeah, it only took 2 days for me. Like, I had a haircut, I shaved, and planned out my gym schedule again, because I missed like a week or so. Get out of bed, had assignments, whatnot, like, just, there's a lot of stuff in my life that I'm bunged up about, and I'm not sharing it on camera right now. More so, I want to share like how I'm dealing with it, and like, I don't know. I don't want to bring negativity, I just want to bring like a positive outlook on a negative situation. Never in your life should you share negativity, so I'm not going to be crying on camera. I'm just going to be sharing the ways that I try to overcome my own problems, which I think is best, really. Yeah. Another thing I just want to quickly end off this video with is like, honestly, arrogant people can go do one. Like, honestly, even though I've been like down, I guess my confidence has been a bit down as well. They haven't really affected me, but they just tilted me a lot. I've walked away from every situation, but it's been like 2 people now, the past couple of days, that have been arrogant as anybody I've ever met. The one thing I've learned, I can't stand people that think they're the best. I can't stand people that literally look down upon other people when everybody's meant to be equal. Like, it doesn't matter if you've got a bigger bicep than me, you don't have to be rude to me in the gym. Like, I don't know, I was in the gym the other day and I went to use a piece of equipment, and then this guy just, I'm not gonna get into it, but the point is, like, just because you think you're better than someone, just don't be arrogant, don't be cocky. I hate people with egos. Like, a little bit of ego is great, but it's just when you demise another person, it's just how some people are. Some people are just really cocky, and you know, the one thing you're gonna have to deal with in life are cocky people and people you don't like. But you know, as long as you're just calm and civil, and just like, you don't have to like people, you just have to work with them. And if you can work with people you don't like, then you're gonna be good in life. Like, not everything you do is gonna be how you want it, it's just like kind of how you deal with it. So that was like a kind of in real life example, but I just went to playlist, and again the same thing, like people have followers and whatnot, and just like, shut up. Like, I don't care if you got 100k, 50k, million, whatever. Like, it was kind of funny because I've met people at playlist who had like 1 million, like 500, whatever, like a superficial number, like blah blah blah. But usually the people with more are just the most chilled out people, and the people with like less, especially when they're from LA, like, I don't know, I ran into a few people from LA which I talked to, and I was just like, bye. But then again, I talked to a few other people from LA, and they were just super nice and chill. It's just like, some people get affected by superficial things, and like, if you can restrain yourself from doing that, then, I don't know, you'll just be a better person, and people will like you more, I guess. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to kind of share my thoughts, and the fact that over the last month or so, I feel like I did lose my purpose and like what I was aiming for. You know, I think that's just a thing what every teenager kind of is learning, and you know, you'll never stop learning about yourself, and you'll never stop like going through these struggles. Like, you're here until the end, like 80, 90 years old, whatever. You're always going to deal with these problems, and I mean, what I'm really focusing on when I am down is just how quickly I can snap out of it. And obviously, me being a happier person in general, I mean, I have it easier than some people, but yet again, like, depression is, like, bad, and I mainly suffer from seasonal depression, so it's the start of every year. I'm down, so I guess it's kind of a more structured depression. I don't really get it at any other point in the year. For me, it's easier than some people to deal with things. Learn about yourself, and then in general, you'll be able to snap out of it a bit quicker. I know it's not the same for everybody, and I know some people go through it a lot worse, and so I can't really speak for them, but what I'm saying is, like, when you're down, just try to do those positive things in your life, even if it's just one thing a day, and then the next day or maybe the next week, you do like 2 things every day that you used to do, and eventually you'll bounce back to yourself. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I mean, I just needed a rant. I just honestly needed to sit down in front of a camera and just, like, be open, because, not gonna lie, like, I spent, like, 3 weeks not even telling my parents, not telling my friends what's been going on in my life. And then 5-6 weeks into it, kind of started telling my friends. And now I think as the next step is just to really be open with everybody. Because, like, everything is good, and, like, today is been so good. Like, I've done so much today, and I'm just super proud of myself. Yeah, it's just good. It's just good. Even though it's bad, it's good, and it's just how you deal with things. Sick. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Ew.